So today we're going to look at the Kelty Red Wing Traveler 30. So this is not my first Kelty bag. I have had the Kelty Squall 2800. I've taken this on many trips. And the Kelty Red Wing 50. I've had this one for over 10 years. So added to my lineup is the Traveler 30. So it's an all-purpose bag, but it's called a Traveler 30. So it's to travel with. There's also a 40 and I believe a 50. So marketed more to travel around the world with. It does say this thing, or the 30, does fit under a airplane seat. But looking at it, it will probably fit, but it's going to be a tight fit. And if the thing is loaded to the brim, it probably won't. So just nicely loaded, it'll be a tight fit. So let's take a closer look at this pack. So first, the outside. So this is a 33-liter pack. It does have a frame here in the back. It is HDPE and steel according to the website, but it is still flexible. So somewhat rigid, and it holds its shape, but it does flex, as you can see. Made out of 600D polyester. It is nice. So I have so many black bags, so I decided to get this color. As you can see from the outside, this is what it looks like. So no stuff pocket. It has these two loops right here, just to attach things to. Nothing on the bottom. And I would say what really makes it a traveling bag is it has this carry handle here, nice webbing fold over, as well as one on this side and one on the top. So it's easily just grabbed and go. You can grab it pretty much here, and as well as, the backpack straps. It does have compression straps that has a buckle, easily removed here and here. So on each side. And then the back has a mesh on each side to allow it to breathe, but it's not really that raised, just minimally raised, but it's a smooth mesh. This is the attachment points to the shoulder strap, and the shoulder strap does have these also webbing right here to attach things to, and it's nicely padded, not overly thick, but nicely padded. Sternum strap, as well as a waist strap, which is not removable, but you can tuck it into here. So very easily tucked, because this has a lot of room in here to tuck this waist strap. The waist strap is adjustable, but it's not adjustable here at this buckle. It is on where the strap attaches to the backpack. So more on right here and right here. Other than that, it is a very simple design. So let's take a closer look at the inside. So let's talk about the pockets. So according to the website, this thing has a bazillion pockets. I would disagree. This just has a good amount of pockets. Nothing overly done. I have many backpacks with more pockets. Smaller pack with more pockets. For example, the JanSport Odyssey has a lot more pockets than this. So it does have a water bottle holder on each side. So this is your standard Nalgene 1 liter, and it fits nicely. Take it down farther. And when it comes to the water bottle, it does have this a black elastic right here, which holds it in or holds the pocket in when not in use. And then it does have a mesh here that helps it expand when needed. So you see, it's not overly done, but there it is when it's expanded. But it actually doesn't even need to expand when, which is this Nalgene, if the backpack is empty. So what makes this the Red Wing series, it does have their signature wings, which are these pockets here. And it does go all the way down to the bottom. So all the way down to here. So you could see. And also it does have a pass-through. So behind these wings, it does pass through. So for example, let's look at this old fishing rod. You literally hold it right there. So not in the wing pocket, but in the pass-through pocket. And it sits into the water bottle holder. But the thing about, I would say about this whole setup, so it's the same on both sides, is this area right here, the water bottle holder, the wing pocket, and the pass-through pocket is all competing with this area. So if the water bottle is in here, then you can't really fit anything in this wing, or you could probably pass through that fishing rod, but not much because all that space is taken by this water bottle. So that's on both sides. And then so this front pocket is your standard admin. So the flap has nothing. You usually see a mesh on many backpacks on the flap, but it does. This one does not. So this pocket that goes down, plus here is your admin area. It does have a key fob here, so standard key fob. Pen area, zippered mesh right here. Maybe like a little notebook area, but right behind that zippered mesh, and then this bigger area right here. It is advertised to have a lighter interior, especially with the black ones, so you could find your stuff easier. You do see that in many backpacks, but the other backpacks have a bright orange to help your stuff contrast a lot better. So you see a lighter interior just in general in many backpacks. So just a single zipper, non-lockable, and then you got this little area. It is slightly fleece lined, but it is pretty small. So pretty much this is how deep it is. So right here. So you can see that better? That big. So it's literally right here. Probably they would use it as a sunglass holder. Let me grab some sunglasses. Here are some sunglasses. You got your wraparound, which are, I would say, wider and deeper. And say your maybe like aviator style, which are more shallow. But they both do fit well. So right there. And then tuck it in a little bit, but so it does fit easily right there. And then so do these. So it's fleece lined. So it does a nice job holding sunglasses. But I would say not much more. Then behind that you have a zippered dump pouch. Nothing to it, so there's no like mesh pocket on the flap or in the back. Just a standard dump pouch that opens most of the way, but so the pouch does go from here to here. It goes all the way to the bottom, but doesn't. But stops right here. And then when it comes to the main compartment does open all the way, but it opens all the way at the back where the backpack hits your back, and it is meant to be loaded from the back. So put it down like here. Open it up all the way, and it opens all the way. So as you can see, it opens from the back and loaded from the back. So there it is, opening up, and really no pockets in the main area other than this area. It is fleece lined on one side. This could be a hydration, so it does have this Velcro to hold the hydration up, and it also can Velcro right here to hold, there's a loop right here to hold this thing closed more securely. Maybe in case you throw it upside down, you have a laptop and it won't just slide out if it's open. And does have a pass-through if you do the hydration tube. So the good thing about this as a laptop compartment is, as you can see, it stops right here. So there's a good 2 inches from where the laptop ends to the bottom. So if you do have your laptop in here and you drop it, the frame and the pack will hit the ground, and your back and your laptop is right here suspended, so it's not actually hitting the ground. So other than that, that is the inside of the pack. So let's take a look at the pack on. So here it is on. So I actually do have it very loaded. I have some weights in here. So this is about, say, almost 25 pounds in here. This is the most that you would probably carry because it is not a rucksack. The waist strap is pretty narrow, so it is holding a lot of the weight, but not all of it. If I release it, it is still holding a good amount of weight. There's a little bit still on my shoulders, but it's doing a good job of holding most of the weight onto my waist. But it is narrow, so it is cutting to me a little bit, but I'm not uncomfortable. Now, if I tighten the top part a little bit and undo it, so now that 25 pounds is on my shoulders, it does spread the weight out pretty well. So if you are packing pretty heavy and running around the city, it is not uncomfortable. So I would say overall, it is a great travel pack.